terhadap how you attack and release certain notes, terutamanya di bahagian horn tadi untuk lagu yang pertama. Cuba attack dan hit untuk mendapatkan the right note yang sebenar, note yang betul, supaya bunyi itu lebih, harmoninya lebih jelas dan dapat blend dengan instrumen yang lain. Seterusnya dari segi cuba explore lagi tentang perubahan aras dinamik yang tercatat dalam skor ni supaya menampakkan mood lagu tu lebih jelas lagi. So boleh menampakkan dramanya lebih hebat nampaknya. Jadi cuba explore tentang tu, jelaskan lagi tentang, kalau dilihat pada skor ni jelas ada daripada MP to double F dan sebagainya. Perubahan aras dinamik itu perlu diperkemaskan. Seterusnya saya lihat tadi keseluruhan dari segi showmanship nampak macam tension lah. You should enjoy sesuai dengan mood lagu yang mainkan. Nampak semua tadi macam freeze, takut. Sekarang ni sekarang you nampak relax. Sepatutnya tadi sewaktu persembahan pun begini juga. Terima kasih.
Baik, selamat pagi. Saya setuju dengan Idris tadi. Secara keseluruhan saya lihat anda mempunyai attire yang cantik, tapi mungkin boleh dicantikkan lagi uniform anda untuk masa akan datang. Okey. Kemudian seperti Cik Nizam kata tadi, performan biarlah wajah anda menunjukkan ekspresi muzik tersebut. Okey. Kemudian dari segi teknikalnya, anda telah menunjukkan semua yang dikendaki seperti tapi tidak precise. So you need to be more precise on each musical element. Okay. Kemudian comments, you need to improve on your tone quality and balancing tone for the horn section and for balancing for the trumpets. Okay, thank you very much.
Sultan, thank you very much for coming. Thanks for competing. You are a very fine group. You're very young, and I look forward to you competing in the future as you mature. You have the potential for a very big and a very, very good sound, and I'm really encouraged to see such a group performing today. Children, you have a very good musician at the helm, a very good conductor. Always watch him. Come in when he conducts you to come in. Always articulate with the tongue, especially on the clarinets and the saxophones. Well done.
Selamat pagi. Terima kasih. I'm also going to speak English. Just with the flutes, you're twisting your back to see the music, so it would be better if you had two stands there for the flutes. If there aren't enough stands, if there's any way of making sure that the flutes could have two stands rather than one so that they don't have to twist, that would be best for their long-term health. I think others have mentioned this already, but there were a number of tuning problems across the band, so maybe you can do some scales in your warm-ups. The flutes in particular are a bit out of tune at the top. Obviously, playing in a new hall, it's a very big space, and it might be quite different to where you're used to playing in. And as musicians, we learn, the more we play in different spaces, the more we learn how to deal with the different acoustics. So just make sure you know what happens if the room's a bit cool or if it's a bit warm, how it affects the tuning on your own instrument. I think that even bearing in mind that you're playing in a very big room, you could still play with much bigger dynamic contrasts. So you had this wonderful section there where you could have played with a fortissimo sound and you didn't really give that sound. So I think try to aim for much bigger differences in dynamics. So go for a really soft sound and then a really loud sound, and then make sure you can do that without changing the pitch. Okay, so staying in tune while you're changing the dynamics. Well done.
Selamat pagi, good morning. By my turn, I think most of the things have already been said, so I will try not to be repetitive. Just one thing I want to highlight here. Okay, the group knows, you know your notes very well. Okay, so now you have to bring it to the next level and look at the interpretation of the pieces. Okay? Because if you see in the score, there's a lot of dynamic markings, as Dr. Shaw mentioned, which were not brought out musically. Okay, think about that, because you are playing your notes, but it's just notes. The musical expression is still not there, and that is what makes a performance, you know, the added value. That's what we want to see. We don't want to just hear notes. But overall, I thought you did very well. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih diucapkan kepada